welcome back. Let's see what wants to come out today. Just take to another couple. Oh. Right, okay, you're connected into somebody who is heartbroken, but this heartbreak they've got is tinged with bitterness, okay? They are very protective over their own kind of assumptions about how this ended. But in a nutshell today, what I can see here, what I'm feeling, is that somebody always thought you would have unconditional love for them, that you would always be there, you know, that kind of energy. They are bitter about the breakup, okay? That's what I'm going to look into today. I think the way I'm going to channel this energy today is to see if we can find out why they're bitter. Is it because they truly are heartbroken and they really want to try and make things right with you, even if it's just a conversation? Doesn't have to be full-blown reconciliation. Are they willing to come in and give you some clarity and some truth? Or are they just bitter because they're still holding a grudge about the past? Okay, I feel part of this is to do, they just thought you'd always be there. And you know, that can make people, so I'm just looking for some cards, that can make people bitter. You know, if they think they've lost somebody or even something that they always thought would be there, then they become bitter about it. So without further ado, I'll give these a shuffle and see if we can get to the bottom of this bitterness. Why are they bitter? Why are they bitter about this breakup, please? Oh, there's one out. I'll just give these another bit of a shuffle. If you would like a reading, if you just click on the title, it's all in the description box, and the free relationship report. Okay. Very confused. Do you know something? I think they're bitter because you're coming out of self-love. Okay, you're still trying to heal, but you are getting there. Okay, you are definitely getting there. They are very confused by this energy. Okay, very confused. They haven't given up hope on you. They haven't given up hope on either a reconciliation or at least a mending of some bridges here. But I feel they are bitter to start with because it's going back to they always expected you to be there. There's probably an element here of them not being happy. You know, tarot aside, there's definitely an element of them not being happy here. But their bitterness, I think, stems to the fact that you seem to be doing okay, or you're getting there, and they don't like that. You know, unfortunately, there are some people in this world who not only are they not satisfied with trying to destroy us, they then seem to take it upon themselves to become very bitter about the fact that we might actually be doing okay. Okay, let's get these out. Let's see. Yeah, you've actually really kind of gone into hermit mode a lot. You've been enjoying your own solitude. You've been silencing those negative thoughts. You've been listening to your inner voice, and I think specifically for some of you, you've been working on your anxiety levels, okay, possibly created by this relationship, but you have really started to heal your inner energy. Okay, two more. Yeah. Right, okay, I think we have most of the answers here. They are used to you almost pacifying them. They're used to you, like I said before, always being there. Unconditional love, okay? You've literally banished them, okay? You know, you've literally banished them to the tower or wherever. You've cut the cords, you've cut the ties. You've done this to protect yourself. You've severed these ties to protect yourself, okay? Even from further injury. You know, there could have been physical injury in this connection, but if not, there was some emotional injury that has caused you to have to spend a lot of time healing from it, okay? I feel they know that you're doing this, and that is what they are bitter about. But let's just see what the tarot have got to say. What my tarot deck wants to say about this. Why are they bitter, please? Why are they bitter? Why are they bitter? Yeah, because you've ended it, the world. They're bitter because you've moved on. You've closed this cycle out, okay? You've closed it out, you've moved on. You could have put quite a lot of physical distance, okay? And for those of you who have started to see some success and you think they don't know about it, I feel they do. I feel they do know about your success that you're coming into, okay? But the bitterness is because you've closed the cycle out. Because this card came out, banishment. You have literally banished them to the other side of the world. If not physically, on an emotional, definitely a mental, energetic level, and they are mightily, mightily cross. Why else are they bitter, please? Yeah, you won't talk to them, Page of Wands in reverse. They always assumed you'd be there for them. This is really the crux of this reading. They always assumed that you'd be their friend, okay? That whatever struggles they had, that you would be willing to take them on, rather like a pack pony, I just heard. But I think you've decided, no, I'm not doing this anymore. You know, these are not my problems. You're not my problem, I just heard. Especially for those of you who had a problem setting boundaries with this person. I feel specifically this reading is for those of you who have had to work on boundaries, whether it's through self-concept work, whether it's going into therapy, or something along that nature. You have realised that your boundaries were weak. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, people with boundary setting are usually people that like to please people. They're usually very kind people, very empathetic people, okay? But you got to a point in this when enough was enough. You saw the truth of this situation. You got some flipping clarity around here. But yeah, this person is mightily bitter because you won't speak to them. You know, Page of Wands reverse is no message, you know, it's just messages blocked in a general sense, in a collective sense. But also for me, it's like you got sick and tired of their in and out energy, their impulsiveness, and also just the fact that, you know, they could have spent more time with their friends, or they put their friends first, okay? Whereas really, you were their best friend. Okay, so that really is the basis of why they're bitter. So, oh, excuse me, that's that cup of tea I had. If you have blocked this person, right, and you wanted, I mean, each to their own, you know, I'm not here, you know, I believe everybody lives their own life in the way they live it. And if you have blocked this person, or wanting almost to give them a taste of their own medicine, and you know, we all do that to some extent at some point, especially after a relationship breakup. We usually come out of that and we heal. But if you've done that, it's working. It's working because you're focusing on yourself, Nine of Pentacles. You're putting your own physical needs first. You're quite happy in your own little nest, I just heard. Earning your own money, or even building a business. Or just basically focusing on everything that makes you happy, treating yourself, looking after yourself. Okay, wow. Let's see what else. Let me see what they're projecting out as to what they're really feeling. What are they projecting out, please? What are they projecting out, please? Right. Okay, I've got two for each, so I'm going to take two. What I see they're projecting out is that they've gone to a new beginning, they've got a new start, they're very passionate about it, they're taking action in their life, they're really excited about new projects, so they've gone into a new relationship, they're really excited about that, they're on it, okay? They're also projecting out to other people, or what they might be showing to you, or what you're seeing, is that they are on the back foot with their belief system, they are defending their beliefs. They are basically fighting off anybody who goes against their version of events. Okay. They are pretending that they are, you know, the top dog. They're willing to put up a fight against, like I said, it's anybody who says anything how this relationship ended. That's their, let's call it their public persona today, you know, what they're showing to Joe Public, as it were. Okay. What they are really feeling, though, deep down, is they're stuck without you. Okay, there's two energies here. For me, this card is about them wanting to come back in. Okay, but they are in two minds about this. On the one hand, deep down, they just literally want to pack a bag, leave wherever they are, whatever they're doing, and get in touch with you again. All right. They know, though, there's quite a distance between you. So on the other hand, they are also still being very stubborn. But basically, you know, you're in their head. You have got this person so confused, all right, as to what they're actually showing to the outside world, to what they're actually feeling. You know, it's like, you know, when you are really sort of confused. This is what the confusion is, okay? The confusion is they want to pack the bag, or they want to pick the phone up or send the message, just be totally impulsive and come back in. But they are also then flicking into this very stubborn, oh, well, I need to do this, or I need to dot the I's, cross the T's. But also they haven't let go of some of the baggage. I'm going to go into that before we wrap that up, because I was picking up earlier that there's something that they're bitter about the past, that they're still defending their point of view about, but it wasn't the truth, and they're not quite willing to drop this, okay? They're kicking their heels, though, with where you're concerned. They are really just bitter, but they're kicking their heels to come back in. But they're going to find this difficult because they're telling everybody else that, you know, what they said was right and what they did was right, and, you know, they're standing very firm in their beliefs, and they were literally bat it back to someone if someone dares to actually question them on what they did. Okay, so I just want to see, what is it from the past? What is it from the past? They're still hanging on to something. It could have been an argument you had. Oh, yeah. You know what I think's going on here? I think they're really bitter about the fact that you saw through them. Okay, your rose-tinted glasses fell off with this person. In the past, right, I feel this is their energy that I'm going to show you. But they are defending this. So basically, I feel they were like this, they did this. But when it comes to other people, oh, I've started again, and I'm in the right, and everybody's supporting me, and anyone who doesn't support me, I will just push them to one side. In the past, in your relationship, we have the Seven of Swords and the Devil. Okay? I think they're bitter because you caught them out of something. Your rose-tinted glasses fell off. You started to strategize for yourself. You could have had to have left this relationship without telling anyone. Or you could have left and never gone back. You know, you had to make a plan here to get out of this in some shape or form. Okay? They are bitter because you found out the truth. You know, the Devil and the Seven of Swords in a past energy of a relationship is somebody sneaking around, it's toxicity. But it's also, for me, the Devil, it does talk of a bond that is highly addictive, and we've all had them. Well, I have. You know, there's no problem in that. It's part of life, you know, it's part of life. But this was, I think, a highly addictive, possibly toxic kind of scenario you were in. And because the Knight of Wands is here as well, you know, they are still very, very tied. It's like the ties haven't broken in some shape or form. But the bitterness is to do with the fact that you found out. Okay, you found out about their toxic behaviour. You found, for some of you, you could have found out about somebody else. You could have found out about their agendas. All right. You know, your person is pretty materialistic. They do really have got a strong will about them. About, you know, their own belief system and what they believe in. But that is the overall energy of why they're bitter. But not just that, if you've come out of that energy and this is your reading today, you've probably, I would say, had to work quite hard on healing from it. Okay, somebody let you down badly here. Somebody abused your friendship. And I do think it wasn't just the romance or the you know, the physical side of it, shall we say. It was also the friendship. You could have started off as good friends. It could have been a friendship that turned into a romance, but it was definitely a relationship where you could talk to each other. Sometimes you can I feel you can have relationships where you don't always open up totally to the person. You kind of mask a little bit. But with this relationship in the beginning, I feel it was open. You know, it was fun. You could be yourself. You could be a quirky self. You didn't have to pretend to be something you weren't. And you had this friendship abused. You know, you had this friendship abused. I mean, I've got a lot of fire here today. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay, there is a lot of fire. There's also Capricorn. I'm going to go very strongly with Capricorn. I feel the Knight of Pentacles today is representing a Capricorn. You know, going back to their energy before you, they could have had a father figure who they didn't get on with. Okay, they are very, very stubborn and quite bad-tempered at times. Very, very stubborn. There's also Aquarius energy in here, February Aquarian. Last decan of Aquarius here. So yeah, they're bitter. They're bitter. They could also be bitter because you managed to strategize and get your belongings out, or you've managed to outsmart them with regards to something on the material level, something that, you know, could be money or property, but you've managed to outsmart them, or you're in the process of outsmarting them. If you're asking, am I going to outsmart them? I would say you are. Okay, I would definitely say you are. Let's see what the best possible outcome is with this. What are they going to do? Are they going to come forward, or are they going to just sit stewing in their own bitterness? Is this person going to come forward, please? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Okay. Yeah, I feel they will. The Emperor's out. I feel they will come forward. But they're coming in the Emperor energy. So they're still quite dogmatic. My way or the highway. You know, it's a general reading. You know, this is the way we're going to do it. Okay, they still think they're the boss. They're used to bossing over you, I think, in the past in some shape or form. Or like I said back at the beginning of the reading, they're just used to your unconditional love. You could have been the person that ran the home, or brought the children up, or whatever, you know. It doesn't matter whether male or female or same sex. It's this person was definitely the one that liked to rule the roost. The Emperor is the boss. You know, the Emperor is like all the king. I always feel like all the kings wrapped into one. So great. But I do tend to find sometimes, and especially with these cards, you know, they abuse their power, I feel. They abused some power they had in your relationship. All right. They didn't think you'd Get over it. They didn't think you'd pull yourself out of it, but you have. What's going on in their environment? So yeah, I feel they will come back. Okay. I feel they will come back, but in quite a fiery sort of I'm leading the way energy. Okay. Because we have got the Seven of Swords and the Devil. So it can talk of a toxic person. A toxic person. What's going on in their environment, please? Yeah, the World. Two world cards, they could be at a physical distance from you, okay. But the fact that I feel they want to come back in tells me that the people they're mixing with, whoever it is, they're not from the same world. They've got different traditions, different beliefs, different ways of doing things. Whatever it is they're doing probably is not... probably what they're doing is not successful. Okay. They want to close the cycle out. They're looking at moving on with the world, you know, as far as they're concerned. I just heard they don't want to invest any more energy in it. It's not what they're projecting out, though. So I actually think they're going to be really sneaky about when they leave this connection. Okay, I think they're going to be sneaky. One more for the environment. Two of Pentacles I just saw. They're juggling. They could have gone somewhere based on financial considerations, you know. But they don't know what to put their energy into. Five of Pentacles in their environment, yeah. They're either feeling very pushed out. They could have gone somewhere, like I said, where it's a different environment. They could have moved to a new town where they don't fit in. Or they have mixing with people where ways of doing things and traditions are totally different. And they don't like it. They are feeling left out in the cold, all right? But I will say that the Five of Pentacles is also financial problems. You know, there are financial problems. There are some financial issues going on here. If they have got, they could even be closing a company down, I heard, or a business down that hasn't worked out for them. Okay, let me get some advice for you before we wrap this up. I think some advice would be good today. The Seven of Swords and the Devil on the desk. Some people just stay bitter, you know. Some people just do. And it's hard for people like you know, when you're kind and you've got a lot of empathy to understand, you know, you could even be at the point where you're forgiving this person and they're still just holding on to so much bitterness. It is sad. Life's too short. Stability. You're being asked just to concentrate on your stability, your foundation. Keep doing what you're doing. You're building a good foundation. I saw your energy earlier as the Nine of Pentacles, really positive. You could be making a major purchase soon. You could just be renting somewhere new, buying something, buying a new car. But it does just talk of you being self-sufficient in the physical world. I'm not on about emotionally. I'm on about the fact that you can sit there and say, right, I can pay my bills, I've got a roof over my head and I'm doing okay. But the Nine also tells me that you will be at a stage where you will have money for extras. Okay, so if you've been going through a hard time financially, you're going to come out of that and you're going to have more money for extras. You're going to be able to spoil yourself, treat yourself, just spend the money on you. I just heard that. I just heard spend the money on you. One more. Heal. Yeah, that came out earlier for you. It was the, we've talked about that, the healing, the anxiety. Okay, heal. Revitalise your heart. That's what you're doing. And they're going to come back in bitter. You know, bitter. And I think what will happen here is they either energetically pick up on this or they see you doing well. At some point, I just think they're going to blow. They're going to literally... whoosh. They won't be able to contain the fakeness of what they're projecting any longer. So anyway, I hope that's helped someone today. Thanks so much for watching. I love you all. Take good care and remember, just set those boundaries. No is a complete word. Just no. You know, bring that back to yourself. Just love yourself. Okay, speak to you soon. Bye.